Look, there are three aspects to this, and I'm going to break them down for you. The first aspect, of course, is this silence. Second aspect is what I believe a sort of legitimization of the entire project by co-opting individuals who are sympathetic to this movement into the political mainstream, which makes me believe that politicians are now so indebted that they will not be able to speak up, especially in Punjab, against this menace. And thirdly, the center itself, the center that should have by now sent out stinkers to both London and the Canadian government to say, look here, there are individuals who are threatening the highest constitutional authorities in this country. You better lock them up or hand them over to us. They are needed here, especially when we supposedly have such great ties with these various governments. Dr. Ranganathan.
No, good evening, Rahul. Thanks very much, and good evening to all my esteemed panelists.
Well, I think you've really touched the nub of the whole issue, Rahul. The political interference in this, it is unbelievably dangerous. I mean, we just cannot be going back to the 80s. You know, the expert General Bakshi has spoken. I'm going to speak for the next couple of minutes, Rahul, if you don't mind, as a layman, as a common citizen of India. Now, you remember, Rahul, I'm old enough to remember, I don't know how old Mr. Dhillon is, but I'm old enough to remember the days of 1980s, when we, all of us thought, even though I was young, but we thought that we have lost Punjab. We really did. You remember those transistor bombs that used to go with gay abandon in India, in Delhi of all places. In Punjab, people would be taken out from buses almost daily and shot. We really thought Punjab had lost, we'd lost it. And how did we regain Punjab? And that is another one of my worries, because we no longer have Mr. KPS Gill. I've put it very simply. Many people would disagree with me when I say this, but the fact of the matter is, he more than anyone else, almost single-handedly, as General Bakshi said, the most successful uprooting of terrorism from possibly any nation was accomplished in India when he uprooted terrorism from Punjab. Now, I have a question for, Mr. Dhillon, and I hope he answers it in a very bipartisan way. Mr. Dhillon, I put it to you that Congress in power is a completely different animal from Congress out of power. No one has tackled terrorism as seriously and as effectively as Congress has over decades. No one has tackled Naxalism, the menace of Naxalism or Maoism as Congress has. But what happens to Congress is my question, Mr. Dhillon, when it goes out of power? Why does it keep attracting all these nefarious elements who are indulging in terrorism? Why does it become an apologist for terrorism? And when you say that a recent inductee in Congress, वो देश प्रेम के गीत भी गाता है, it's like saying Hafiz Saeed, कभी-कभी देशभक्ति, Indian देशभक्ति के गीत भी गा लेता है. This is least expected from a party that has suffered most at the hands of brutal terrorism. And I put it to you, one last question, Mr. Dhillon. It's a very point-blank question, and I really appreciate you being frank and bipartisan today. As Rahul mentioned a week ago, SPGC in Amritsar almost venerated the assassin of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. They called him a martyr. Why has, point-blank questions to you, Mr. Dhillon, why has Rahul Gandhi not condemned that act? Why are you cushioning Khalistani extremism?
जब वो मोदी जी को, पहले बात तो ये मोदी जी की उस दिन रैली नहीं भरी, तो मोदी जी ने ये अपना नया प्लान खेल दिया. जब उनका कॉन्वो यूपी में रोका जाता है, तब उनकी जान को खतरा.
ढिल्लन साहब, मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या था?
मेरा क्वेश्चन मोदी जी पे है. सभी सवालों के जवाब दे.
We don't have enough time, Mr. Dhillon.
सभी. अरे
I've been very respectful towards you, haven't I? I didn't interject you. But the question is, I'm asking you a very straight bipartisan question.
Rahul Gandhi ji,
Dr. Ranganathan,
and if you want,
I'll tell you the problem here.
You will.
The problem is we should have brought Mr. Modi on the show and asked him all these questions about the Congress party, because it appears today, hang on, it appears today that in our new circumstances, the BJP is more concerned about Khalistani terror that took out a very important leader of this country, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, than the Congress itself. So perhaps we should bring in Mr. Modi onto the show and ask him, why are you so worried? This individual, this Burhan Bhatt, the hero of Kashmir, Dr. Ranganathan, should be taken to the United Nations next, plonked down next to the Chinese and in between the Pakistanis, and made to say his piece to them, straight to their faces.
No, absolutely, Rahul. But first of all, may I please register my condemnation and objection to the way the NC spokesperson has used words against a decorated general. I think this is totally unacceptable, and she should apologize. More so, her Magna Carta of apologies is going to run through, because she was the same person who accused the BJP of supplying RDX for the Pulwama attack. She has never apologized for it. And I am shocked that BJP, the party, as well as we have the wonderful friend Shazia as a spokesperson of BJP, they've never pursued her and asked her to apologize for this grave allegation and slander. You can't just get away by accusing someone of supplying RDX for one of the most dastardly attacks in India to have happened in the last decade or more. And if she wants proof, I can supply that proof to her as well. Because last time I said this, she accused me of lying. No, I come with facts. On July 31st, 2021, Irfa Jan participated in a debate titled Anti-Terror Ops in Kashmir, Big Victory for Forces, 2 Pulwama Attack Plotters Eliminated. At 14 minutes, you can check in the YouTube video, Rahul, she tells the BJP spokesperson, and I quote her verbatim, quote, "You guys are giving them RDX. RDX क्यों खरीद रहे थे? RDX आप लोग ले रहे थे, क्यों? आपने तो RDX पहुंचा दिया ना वहां पे." This is the situation of an NC spokesperson. Rahul, what do you expect to be happening in Kashmir?
Well, I think you put it very well. You put it very, very well.
Let me respond, Rahul. Let me respond to this person. Let me respond to the allegations. Yes. Right now.
Why don't you deny that?
No, you first say sorry.
No,
say sorry first.
You first say sorry.
I will be able to speak.
And you deny.
Yeah.
No, did you say this? Yes or no?
No. Let me speak. Let me speak. Guys, you guys are all from the BJP. Let a person respond.
No, did you make this comment?
This is the thing. This is why these guys, it's so easy to expose their hypocrisy. I quoted her verbatim. And now she's gone on a tangential. You guys are BJP. Now she'll say, I am Sanghi.
Well, maybe you should tweet that clip. Dr. Ranganathan, maybe you should tweet that clip, and we will expect Ifra Jan to respond to your tweet. And we will carry this particular tweet. Oh, she stands by it, she says. She says she stands by it. Well, she stands by it, viewers. No, there's nothing more to respond. Do you think I'm going to allow somebody to sit here and cook up conspiracy theories without any proof on Times Now and spread disaffection? We are controlled, madam, by MIB rules. Maybe you aren't. You should be controlled by your conscience.